competition. Gutherson versus Latrell, Dylan Brown, Cody Walker. Yeah, sit back and enjoy. I think this is going to be a good game. I think South Sydney's firepower might get the job done.
Yeah, fast and physical affair. You've got no doubt that's what it's going to be. Both teams are going to be looking to score plenty of points, but defensively is where it's going to be won. I mean, coming into the 20 end of the season, both these teams are going to be there. How far up the ladder is yet to be decided, but tonight's contest is going to be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, like what both boys said, it's exciting. Great battles all over the park. Can't wait.
Who's winning?
I'm going to go South.
Will you go the Rabbitohs? Okay, we're going to Combank Stadium for kick-off. Here are your commentators, Greg Alexander and Dan Kennett.
Thank you very much, Hannah Hollis. Friday night footy. I'm glad the boys sorted out their tips there. The perfect backdrop this Bankwest, or Combank as it's now known, because this is a big one. Parramatta fighting for the top 4, and South Sydney also in the top 4 mix, but they need to be just about perfect, which they have been for the last month. Last night's win by Melbourne did not help either of those sides, and it actually makes this game even more important. South Sydney, well, they've won 5 of their last 6, a run that started with a convincing win over the Eels. That was the night Latrell Mitchell came back. Like the Eels, their first choice halfback is out tonight. Lachlan Ilias has been the starting number 7 all year. Greg Alexander, it's a big night for Dean Hawkins. It's not as if Ilias, not the dominant playmaker in the team, hasn't been a contributor to South.
No, I think Lachlan Ilias has had a great season for his first one in the top grade. Dean Hawkins coming in, this will only be his 4th first grade game. He's only had 1 start before, had a couple of games off the bench, and you're right, the importance of this game wouldn't be lost on both camps. They know how crucial it is to finish in the top 4. Now Sydney at the moment sitting 4 points.
Can you comment?
On the panel being a little bit uncertain about who's going to win, because it is tough to pick a winner in this one. They were so good last week at Bushvale, the Eels, and the Bunnies just there's too much class against the Warriors. So,
Latrell Mitchell, Jaguar had hard to come out of the garage, but he was awesome when he contributed against the Warriors. Couple of tries, assists. When he put the foot down, they could not go with him.
has he got the best strike rate in the game? He only needs a handful of touches to come up with game-turning plays. Now, he did that last week, not game-turning, but 8 runs with the footy. As you said, the stats were great for Latrell. Let's see if he can get a bit more involved, and he might need to be against the Eels tonight.
You mentioned Parramatta, they were terrific last week. A great game on Friday night against Manly, where they ran over the top of the Seagulls. They have won 4 of their last 5. Significantly last week without Mitchell Moses. So they're back home. The likes of Dylan Brown, Clint Gutherson, Jake Arthur, but they picked up the slack in fine style. But we know South has been a bogey team for them.
They have, and the consistency of the Eels has been the question mark over them. Now, they're coming off the back of a great fortnight, winning against the Panthers and a big win at Combank Stadium. Then a win at Brookvale Oval, where they were in a battle with Brookvale, but they scored 3 tries in 10 minutes late in the second half to blow the Eels off the park. Can they be consistent? Can they win 3 in a row? And it would be a big result for them.
Obviously, there will be a moment's silence for Paul Green, a former Eel, as we take you down to the field.
Yeah, Mum.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Rugby League, South Sydney Rabbitohs and Parramatta Eels, along with the entire rugby league community, pays tribute to Paul Green, who sadly and tragically passed away yesterday. We extend our condolences to Paul's family, friends, and the players and officials he inspired and mentored throughout his remarkable playing and coaching career. Please join us for a moment's silence as we remember one of the game's best, Paul Green.
Yeah, the guy who died, he also played with Parramatta Eels before.
Tonight the Parramatta Eels are wearing black armbands in memory of Paul Green, player 646. And also, one of the Eels' early players, number 65, Dr. Colin Yarra. Colin was one of the Parramatta Eels'
Yeah, he was one of the early players for the Parramatta Eels, Dr. Colin Yarra, so that explains the black armbands. And tomorrow you can imagine there'll be emotional scenes at the SCG when the Roosters take on the Cowboys. Paul Green so close to many at both clubs. All right, here we go. It's Parramatta and South. It's 5th versus 6th. Combank, shining. Can the Eels stay consistent? Can the Bunnies stay hot? The clear night in Sydney, it's chilly, the rain has stayed away. And here we go. The Bunnies bringing it back. Tame Stella back in the starting side. Damien Cook feeding it on. Tola has been in awesome form the last few weeks. South stop Parramatta 30-12. Only a few weeks ago at South Sydney's home. Arrow now made the play. Murray simply sensational in the first half against the Warriors last week. Cook just distributing away. Kalama Tungi over halfway. Very solid opening set for the Red and Greens. There's Hawkins. The Victorville Tiger. Profound opening kick as it pins Gutterson inside the 20. Micah Sevo back in try-scoring form. Dealt with pretty heavily there. Now Sean Lane didn't get a single offload away against South. They did a great job on him a few weeks ago. It's a great matchup. Parramatta 4 of their last 5. South 5 of their last 6. Madison. Close to halfway now. Campbell Gillard. Cook first immediate. Big run from Campbell Gillard. Play 5 for the Eels. So Arthur goes end over end. Too deep for the Chasers. Johnston, no problems. As we send it down to the sideline and say hello to Larrikey.
Good evening, Dan. Brandy, you get that finals feel nice and early in this one. 22,000 fans expected for this 5v6 matchup. A wonderful atmosphere already. Talking to Parramatta before kick-off, they're very well aware that the Bunnies have been there both side and they want to come out fired up for this one.
It's amazing the record of 2 evenly matched teams and they've been shellacking. Not just wins for South as Murray is taken there. Ref said it was all clear. Bit of room. That's a tough banding over halfway. Great play the ball from Cameron Murray. A good set again for South Sydney. Plenty of metres for both sides with their early sets here. And Gutterson again has nowhere to go once he catches it. Just see then what Cameron Murray offers them. So he can quick play the ball allowed to just pop a quick one to Totola, and all of a sudden he was in behind the plate there. Menacini takes a hit up. Murray getting it on. And has been in the news this week, Isaiah Papali'i. Now it comes out to Madison. Leaving it going. Gutterson, oh, good. Brown, who was superb last week. That's a poor start for him. South get this on halfway. Yeah, good place for South Sydney to start this set. Scrum centre field right on halfway. Dylan Brown just snatching at that one. Some quick passing from the Eels to try and get on the outside of the South's edge defence. Parramatta, as usual, a wonderful record here, 5-2 this year. South last time they were here, round 7 against the Tigers. A while ago now, they lost that night, 23-22. So now South Sydney immediately get it out to Johnston. Conditions perhaps not so conducive to ball movement. It's been pretty conservative stuff. Murray waits. Passing on to Totola. Alor there along with Wade. South patient here. He's Hawkins. On to Walker. Room to run. Yeah, Tass. 2 on 2. And Tass happy to go to ground. 10 metres out the bunnies. Walker. Tricky. Tass. Try saving play. But it's played on now. One at Blake there sticking his hand. But South for the set on the 10. Oh, what a save from one at Blake there. Just hanging that right hand out and making contact with the ball. Right, play 2 for Tony Walker.
Yep.
And Walker scores. Superb start for the Bunnies. They capitalise on that mistake for the Eels and score inside the first 5 minutes.
Well, the involvement there from Cody Walker, first to identify that short side that almost saw South Sydney come up with the try. And then just to push up into some space there. Nice play from Damien Cook out of dummy half. Hawkins, this is how it unfolded. Tass skipped, but Gutherson was up to it defensively. Just watch the play from Cody Walker. We missed that, and then Damien Cook just finds the Eels on their heels on their own try line. Jake Arthur couldn't close the play. Reed Marty on the ground. Cook takes advantage of it, gets out to Papali'i.
Turn your chair around so I'm not tripping on your fucking legs.
Enough to shut down Cody Walker.
On the start, Cody Walker.
The ability for Cody Walker too, not just to spot that opening down, it was only one of Blake's desperation and a lunge that stops our scoring in the corner, but then for Cody Walker to be able to clean the ball up, stay alive, next play the ball, he pushes into space and scores the opening try. Great start by the Bunnies.
It does not take long for them to get going. Mitchell was doing wonderful goal kicking before. He got 8 for 8 last week. He was never going to have a problem there. Cody Walker, even in South big win in round 16, he only had a couple of runs. Really didn't have a massive influence, but he's having an influence so far tonight.
And that's what's good about Cody Walker. One of my favourite players over the last, since he debuted as a 26-year-old back in 2016. As a 5'8" and as a ball player, there's not many as good as Cody Walker. And I'm talking about history, but his ability to push into space, his ability to run a hole, I think separates him from a lot of other 5'8s.
Player of the year at the Bunnies the last couple of seasons, Cody Walker, and of course the Wayne Dalian 5'8 of the year. And Tavita Tatola. And then they call Junior. Play number 1. Spent high selling. He was hurt against Parramatta. We haven't seen him since. Now it comes out here to Arrow. In the meters flowing here for South. Murray. All over for on the top. Marnie down low and Lane over the top. Murray happy to hit it up this time on tackle number 5. It'll be Walker this time, looking for the corner. This time, a bit of room for Gutherson to work with, but closed down quickly. South very disciplined early. It's Blake straight into 3 Bunnies. Just drifting across field. Parramatta 13 wins, 7 losses. South 12 and 8. There's Lane again. They're all over it.
Mum, both teams are trying to get in the top 4 tonight. Both teams are fighting for the top 4.
An efficient set there for the Eels. Similar kick to his first opportunity, although that one just a touch too long, but it's the work of Johnston which really is the key there.
Can't take a quick tap. It was such a long kick, they had to wait until all the South Sydney players got behind the 20, but clever stuff there. And great backfield play from Alex Johnston. Knew exactly where the try line was. Get that wrong, and South Sydney are bringing it off their own line. But now, second tackle set. Starting on the 20.
Here's Cole on the tackle. Murray. Oh, look, he's on the inside. It's Victor. And he's away. His first touch is a beauty. And look how hard he is to put down. It's rid of it, McCook. Oh, that's awesome. South. Midway through the set. Murray. Now Hawkins kicks before the last. Sebo work to do and gets back into the field of play. So Latrell Mitchell, his first run, makes a big mark, but Parramatta survive.
Yeah, combining there with Cameron Murray down the middle of the field, and he thought about passing it to Cody Walker. Cody did have a defender roundabout, but Latrell still offloaded the ball, and then Hawkins kicked into the in goal, and Sebo was able to get it back into the field of play, and only just.
Now Campbell Gillard off the back fence. Murray there, slowly gets up. Arthur. Goes deep this time. Well short of the try line. So Sydney, they've scored one and almost scoring another. This is Isaac Thompson, the wonderful story. 25, he quit league for 4 years, as you probably know by now. Really hard selling his mate, but convinced him to come back, and
Mum.
hasn't that paid off?
Mum.
It goes to Mitchell. Oh, he's tearing him apart, Latrell. And that's a great decision made by Gutherson as Cook goes down. Mitchell, 2 runs, 2 line breaks. Now Selle back to Cook. Final play, Selle in the dummy half. Here's Walker. It opens up again. Oh my goodness! Cody Walker's got 2 tries in 10 minutes. And Souths are tearing them to shreds.
Cameron Murray inside to Latrell Mitchell again, opens up the Parramatta defence down the middle. And off the back of it, Cody Walker, just watch it unfold. Cameron Murray gets there to read Marcus. Marcus didn't work hard enough. Latrell was
when Dad gets on the plane, does he get on the plane in the morning? Dad gets on the plane in the morning, doesn't he? Dad gets on the plane in the morning and lives alone there. Yeah.
Hang on. Okay.
He gets on the plane.
He was swung around as he found his way to the...
Oh.
An enormous break, and that hand just was enough.
He didn't have it in his hand. He had it. It was like he had a closed fist there, Coach But just put a little filler on it, and that did enough to Johnson free.
No, they just like they checked the but he lost the ball.
He swung around there, he just lost control of it at the depth. As he tries to get it around, it just came
Bally, you father, you piece of shit.
Awesome stuff from South.
Well, we talk about Latrell's strike rate. A couple of touches.
No, you don't not ever fight again.
From Cameron Murray, brilliant. Parramatta not working hard enough from
Leave her alone.
You see Latrell looming.
No wonder she's bouncing all the fucking time.
Coming there.
2 runs,
Yeah,
60
that's what
minutes.
you're taking seat.
Parramatta though.
So you've got to stop doing that, guys. Because one day she's really going to take it. Don't!
Get it to move.
Not bad field position here for the home side.
Yeah.
Outside players ground.
Yes, some big
Straight
meat.
to off and check.
Yes, yes. Hurry up and sit down before she jumps on there.
Jackson Powell.
Let's fucking get up with the legs there.
Jackson, like as the money's a few weeks ago. Oh, that's a wild pass from Gutherson. Now Arthur sizes it up. They're discombobulated at Parramatta.
Oh, you know about 5 minutes.
But the league, the big tackle on what was a promising set. They get a result here. Mitchell under it. No problem.
The ball was barely been down this end of the field. South Sydney, really for the first time in the game, working it off their own end. The centre tackle said certainly hurt Parramatta, but all the players been down the other end of the field. So limited opportunity so far for Parramatta in attack.
Now, this is not going to help. It's a penalty here against Parramatta. So now prime field position once again for South. First penalty of the night.
Very fortunate that the score isn't 12-0. Cody Walker gets himself across the line.
Well, you see there, I mean, they're big wins, and South just have no problem ranking the scorer against Parramatta in recent beatings. And what's transpired early speaks to that. They'll sell their first to play. Murray distributes to Tolan. Charge. Marty and Campbell Gillard slow it down. Now it's Murray again. This time Hawkins. Oh, the beautiful hands from Rabbitohs. Thompson scores. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Rabbitohs with the skill. Thompson pinning the ears back. Now they get their second.
Well, very lucky not to be trailing 12-0 with the Cody Walker no try, but the penalty has given South Sydney field position again. And the Eels just can't handle the onslaught from the Bunnies. And Rabbitohs, a beautiful little tap on there, out to Isaac Thompson. Have we had try confirmed? That's beautiful. Tip on there from Rabbitohs.
Oh, let's look at those legs. It looks like the put down is clean, but
Tom Opacek gets across there, legs tackled. He certainly dragged those boots towards the sideline. He's a big boy, isn't he, Isaac Thompson?
we're just standing behind Latrell Mitchell at the moment.
Try confirmed. It's a good put down from Thompson. Had one last week where he just ran over the top of his opposite number. This time, contort himself. So 2 tries in 2 games, Isaac Thompson. And his family up at the Sunshine Coast, they were wonderful scenes, and yeah, he's got people with him tonight as well. 25 years of age, he is a powerhouse, listed as 107 kilos. So, 10-0. Put him off with the boot. He's probably heard worse. This time, he doesn't strike it well at all. Shanks it, but that little smile on the face because they're up 10 points to 0. Parramatta already have conceded 4 line breaks, and South Sydney, they're getting back to their silky best.
Yeah, Latrell opens them up down the middle and then off the back of the penalty, so it's a 7-tackle set. It's a penalty that have given South Sydney the field position that they've enjoyed. They've kept the ball down this end of the field. They've made it tough. They've made it tough for the Eels, but the play was the Rabbitohs tip on. It was a beautiful piece of play, and it went straight to the hands of Isaac Thompson.
That is try assist number 4 for him this year. I dare say the previous 3 weren't as spectacular. He's having another good year, Rabbitohs. The Bunnies can't sell it. 2 tries scored, 1 disallowed. Murray's it just opens up briefly. And the offload. Cook now heading into Arrow, and this is only tackle 3. Every set is giving Parramatta problems. Tola 1 out. He's Hawkins. Rabbitohs just straight and hard. Walker. Comes to the ground here. A beautiful pickup by Blake. He's had a couple of very good moments tonight.
Yeah, see Cody there, disappointed with his kick. Well, didn't strike it how he wanted to. He's looking for the space between Gutherson and one to Blake in the end, off the side of his foot. But they've still got Parramatta coming out of their own end.
Over the 20. 77% of the game has been at this Parramatta Leagues club end.
And so far, what South Sydney have done with the ball, they've matched it defensively. Quick moving line, they're not giving the Eels anything.
Oh, well. Parramatta yet to have an offload. We've got another one offload team in the comp. Didn't really have the opportunity. So
Arthur's kick. And he's taken pretty easily by Alex Johnston. So it's early, but if we bring up the live ladder, you'll see the importance, and this gives South the win, which we're not going to look in obviously, but that for and against is around Cronulla's. So here's a mark for the Bunnies. Obviously they've got to win this game tonight, and if Parramatta don't change this, they can pretty much kiss the top four goodbye, you would think. A lot of football to be played though. Rabbitohs straight to ground. And it's Hawkins again to keep the chaser. Well, that's a good catch from Sevo, and then makes an extra few metres as well.
Gee, they needed a result there, Parramatta, and Sevo's come up with a great play. That was another 60-metre game, another 60-metre set from South Sydney. They have got the Eels backpedaling.
He's Ryan Busser. So it comes to Madison. Looking up with Arthur. Firing it out. Papali'i. It comes out to Blunt.
And while they might think they need to score because they're down 10-0, they don't want to make a mistake around this part of the field again and offer South Sydney the field position. That pass hitting the ground, Ronald Blake did a good job of controlling it. They can't afford another error.
Pressure on Arthur there. And Mitchell. Oh, that's well left.
That is well left. He could have easily played at that ball, but
Most would have.
most would.
We've seen them like weak beach balls at the moment as well. You know he's enjoying his footy when he's playing with the crowd. A big smile for the crowd that was giving it to him. Here's Thompson. 3 runs, 65 metres by the way for Latrell. So the perfect strike rate has ended. It's only one line break, or 2 line breaks every 3 runs. So halfway line, again, terrific field position. The back of that play by Mitchell, who gets it now. Oh, it almost makes it 3 out of 4 with his line breaks, but well held down by Arthur. Still told. Good strong run as usual. That's his 10th run already, closing in on 100 metres. Walker, Arrow holds on, 1 tackle left. Must hold on the Eels. Cook, Walker, play off. Parramatta not gone, although his first indication was South Sydney's.
So, was it a knock on originally by Cody? I thought he was going to pick it up. He ended up towing the ball through.
Bringing it out to the 10 here.
What's going to be a challenge put on it? Doesn't touch it. Does not touch it. Get knocked on by Reed Money.
It's a Parramatta knock on. Which is the way Grant Atkins went. Okay, so they're going to look at this. That's not a knock on. That's a
Walker kicks the ball into Jacob Arthur's leg.
They're going to lose this.
Point.
Then he toes it
He
through.
then kicks it again.
He doesn't touch it. So that's been just the slightest of fumbles there from Reed Money.
Reed Money knocks the ball on.
You can't say knock that
Challenge is unsuccessful.
That's a killer blow. So the challenge gone now and South. Another set deep in Parramatta territory. Even the poorer players are working here.
Well, they do get the result off the back of it, but it's a 7-tackle set that led to it. That led to the field position that sees the Bunnies down this end.
Well, every time we get this, we think here it comes to the Alex Johnston part of the field. Let's see if that's the case here. It's Hawkins. Breaks and it goes to the right side. Oh, almost. Hawkins, a salute passage. Dylan Brown holding on. Eagles first touch. 4 defenders need to get in his row. Now they've got that left side open. Murray delayed it. Walker. Tennessee, you know man's land. The kick. Oh, it's saved. It's Gutlerson this time that saves a try.
That ball was falling into the hands of Alex Johnson. The Eels have been penalised.
Yeah, deliberately not forward. It's a penalty. Some may argue that should be a sin bin, but we continue here.
Murray digs in and throws it out the back. Walker beats Penasini, who was in a long way. The kick was falling into the hands of Alex Johnston. It was on the money, the kick from Cody Walker, but Gutherson just gets whacks it away.
Great play. So B and Blake have come up with try-saving moments.
There's a noted try save because of the poor Gutherson.
The challengers just keep bouncing. That is a big help as Nichols puts it down. There's Gutherson trying to pump his team up. Is that the momentum change that they were craving?
Well, it just looked awkward there. Cameron Murray turning Nichols back on the inside, just on the field.
South Sydney,
It was like it caught him by surprise.
they make the most errors in the premiership. They're a 73% completion rate season. That's number 16. That's their second error. They're 13 from 15.
No, they had a mile of ball. They've got through 13 sets. The Eels only through 6 sets.
So he's Parlour. And that Parramatta possession, most of it at this end. But they're still in this as Penasini over the 20. This could have been shot to pitch by now, this game. Campbell Gillard there. Gilbert's told, by the way, 11 runs for 100 metres. That is par for his last 6 weeks. Now Madison. They still have to have an off like the Eels.
Well, they're just over halfway. They're kicking from inside their own half.
This is about as good as it's been. Kicks from halfway. And Arthur goes for more height than distance this time. South start 25 short of halfway. They tries to walk out and Thompson. A try disallowed, 2 tries saved. Here is Thompson. This time Arrow working back towards the centre. This is a little half Billy. There's an offload. Now Cook allowed to explore. Pass 1-on-1 with Penasini. Penasini gets it this time. Trippy Hawkins, he's done a lot of the kicking. And the chase from Johnston. Tries to block Gutherson, but Gutherson too experienced for that. But look where the Eels start yet again. Right. This is where South have really muscled up, isn't it? They just will not let Parramatta make easy meters.
Well, the Eels will be praying for a penalty. South Sydney's lines intact and moving quick. They're making it tough. That's tackle 4.
Brad is trying. Yes, Simbo on tackle 4. Madison, 1-on-1, Nichols. And Kalamatangi finishing it off. Now kicking well inside the 40. Walker's got a pretty handy boot on him. But a catch on the full yet again for Johnston. Parramatta haven't had a single tackle inside Sacks 20. You look at these stats so many different ways and they tell the same story. An excellent contributor to South. And a quick play to Walker. This is what really has hurt Parramatta with that space up the middle.
Guy Arrow over the advantage line. Not put the ground.
So now it's Murray again. Lifting up with Hawkins. Kalamatangi. Well, they've got numbers here. Parlour. Just went across there with Opportune making the crucial tackle. Close enough for an attacking kick. Hawkins goes for an awkward one. Up goes Tass. It's put down by Blake. It's play on. Parramatta ball. Now the knock-on call comes. It's late. But it's South Sydney's again. And remember, they had no challenge.
And it was Dean Hawkins putting the kick across. They took the meters on offer down that right flank with Jackson Parlour. Wonga Blake comes in. Makes a play at it.
You could argue Blake has not knocked that on. Knocked it back.
ref saw a knock on. And again, it's a scrum, centre field, 10 metres out. Morgan takes a little peek to his right, and to his left as he goes right. And Mitchell, away from two. Even the most innocuous runs are proving problematic. Crash play, Harvey. Lane first immediate. Cook for Hawkins. A little cumbersome there as Kalamatangi. Put down on the third. Now that left side. Opened up. There's Murray. Walker. Walker to Tass. Tass gets it out to Johnston, who gets a try. It is a training run for South Sydney at times. Johnston gets 160. Number 8 all time. And South Sydney just roll on.
Yeah, sheer weight of possession. It's good tough Eels to keep defending their own line, and South Sydney, if they take it to the right, come back, Cameron Murray, just a little bit of speed on the inside, just keeps those defenders in, and that's enough to create the space on the extreme edge for Alex Johnston. Murray's been brilliant at first receiver this evening, and then good hands on the inside out to Alex Johnston, and they take full control of the possession and field position that they've been able to earn, and they have earned it.
He is almost certain to be the top try scorer at the end of the year for a third straight year. That hasn't been done since Nathan Blacklock in the early 2000s. And you saw that list of luminaries there. He's going to swallow up a few if he stays healthy between now and whenever South Sydney's season comes to an end. This is just so simple yet so majestic.
Yeah, Cody Walker just held the ball up long enough just to get them interested on the inside, and that was Will Petticini with Jairo coming through, and in the end that was enough for Isaiah Tass and Cody Walker to make it a 2-on-1, Alex Johnston to make it a 2-on-1. 24 tries for the season.
And Mitchell, the only thing wrong with him tonight is his goal kicking. 1 from 3. Alex Johnston. Well, they've had so many opportunities to score, and he hasn't been close, but you knew it wasn't going to take long. If they were going to keep going south, then Alex was going to get one sooner rather than later.
Yeah, the work from Cameron Murray on the inside tonight has been super. It's caused the Eels all sorts of problems around the ruck. Just the speed he goes over the advantage line.
Big Saturday coming up. Well, they're all big, but it starts with an absolute beauty at the SCG. Roosters, Cowboys. Tedesco's 200th, but like this game, like last night, there's plenty at stake for the teams involved. Melbourne getting a good win last night. Here we've got two teams desperate for a win. Roosters want to keep rising. Cowboys want to hold on to second. Tigers, Sharks, and Tamworth, that's at 5:30. The Sharks also, they need to keep winning as well. And then Super Saturday finishes on Suncorp Stadium, Broncos Knights. So the Broncos puts it down for the penalty. A penalty again in prime field position for South.
And again, Murray, one off the ruck, gets an offload, Cook off the back of it. The offload's 4-0. The Eels just haven't had enough ball to offload. The ball that they've had, they've been bringing out of their own end.
All three penalties to South. Score the ball this end. Billy, this time no offload, just building it up the middle. On the 20, there's Cook for Hawkins. Kalamatangi. Mitchell on the right this time. Now pops it back to Thompson. Round down low. Gunnison up top. Now comes the ball. Then for Walker. Opens up again. Tass. Johnston. This time Blake stands his ground and comes up with a big tackle.
He just no room for Alex Johnston on that occasion. I think Isaiah Tass needed to just straighten things up. He was headed towards the corner post, which pushed Johnston over the sideline. The Eels defended it well, just kept sliding hard from the inside. And they get a result there, Parramatta. Although it's been all South Sydney, it still is only 14-0. 3 tries, only 1 goal.
It's hard to believe 2 weeks ago we were calling Parramatta giving it to Penrith, and yes, there was the send-off for Nathan Cleary, but Parramatta were well on top of that line before that big moment happened.
You see the run meters there, almost double. The possessions almost double. 8 sets the Eels have completed, 17 to South Sydney.
Hardly seen tonight. Isaiah Papali'i, just his 5th run. 5 line breaks. Parramatta's most conceded all year is 8. Not even a half time yet.
Well, I think looking at those stats that we're showing, I think Parramatta at 14-0, Brett Arthur would be happy with that. It could easily be 20, 24-0.
Johnston winning it back. They cannot give away a penalty, Parramatta. Rabbitohs, 10th game in first grade. Submitted that spot a few weeks ago. Campbell Graham shouldn't be too far away for the Bunnies, as there's a strong hit up on the wing at Thompson. A little bit sharp there as a Thompson. He's a big unit. Comes back for Harvey for a little opening and threatening momentarily. Good set for South. Walker. Weston coming through Blake. Good lead from Ryan Blake. Back to the wing. Last couple of weeks, the player was Simonson being injured. The crowd gets one.
Well, there was another play the ball inside the 10. Another set was starting from their own try line virtually, but they get the penalty that they needed. Is this the turning point? Is this something that the Eels can build off the back of? They've just had nothing go their way.
First to hit it up. The barking instructions from Mitchell. It's on Morgan Corfusi. As it comes out from Arthur, a wild pass. Careful, off a check, into a South player. Play on. Huge weight for the Eels. Well, that looked like a knock on the Eels, but maybe they are entitled one. Off the check. And no restarting of the tackle count either. They're caught it.
There was touches everywhere. I thought there was a knock on and a touch by South. So it's either a knock on Parramatta or 60 goes for Parramatta.
He's already chipped in from Brown. Swallowed up by Mitchell. Well, this time, this is a rarity. South's in towards the corner on tackle 1 inside the 10.
Yeah, might have been a bit of luck that at least they get South Sydney coming off their try line. For only the second occasion tonight.
This is as hard as I said has been for South. Oh, David Noel, the 19-year-old. Good post contact.
Nice cut right off the line to try and do something for the Eels defensively.
Interesting. Most of his appearances this year, Bryce Cartwright, have been 18 minutes or less. So obviously with the scoreboard ticking over against them, brought in early. And that's a kick from Walker that sits up. Back up to Seaver. He takes 3 to get involved. You almost lost that, Seaver, but it's a penalty. Strip, that's how it came out. Illegal strip. Second penalty. Pretty quick time for the Eels.
We've got 5 minutes left in the half as Thompson just gets his hands in there and drags the ball. That's a good call from the referee.
It's the match real time. Wasn't played in first grade this year. One familiar start withdraw. Here's Dylan Brown onto Oregon Corfusi. Parramatta just hanging around. Now it's Dylan Brown. gets it early. Oh, the pass not clean, and Cody Walker knocks Arthur off his feet. And 6 more tackles. Walker was looking at the referee. The ref said, well, he won't get off, so here's 6 more. With the hands, it goes to Papali'i. Now Parramatta finally getting to South Sydney's 20. First time all night. He's Arthur on the short side. Penasini goes the one pass. Okay, it is not one pass too many. Oh, well, Penasini took the big risk there.
Well, he did. He almost got himself to the try line. Tried to flick it out the back. Cody Walker comes up with a big shot on Jake Arthur. Gives away a 6 to go call. There's Alex Johnston with the touch. Arthur gets the ball back. Well, Parramatta.
Their first sustained set, their first set starting from this sort of position. First sustained bit of pressure all night. It comes out to near corner. Rabbitohs makes the tackle. Now Marnie. Again, a little cumbersome as Cartwright can only work it towards the middle. Plenty of tackles left. Marnie comes out. Oh, it's so deflating for Parramatta. Tackle 2.
They just put it back on the inside. They put pressure from Damien Cook there out of marker. In the end, he ended up coming up with the ball. Not getting through that set, Parramatta.
There's the VB hard-earned index. Cam Murray again. He's there. He's all if Marnie wasn't there. He was going to offload that one as well. He's got the grunt, he's got the class as well, Murray. Oh, there's Harvili with it. Audacious offload. As Mitchell, well, he shoveled away Brown, but he had no one to give it to. Here comes the Walker. We'll that ready for it. No, it was Murray. Hawkins gets it on. Alama Tunny. Gets away from Lane. Ball comes out. Opacek's tackle. Forcing it free.
Well, Parramatta missed a golden opportunity down the other end of the field. First chance, really, with a couple of minutes left in the opening half. And they turned the ball over midway through that set.
Parramatta, a couple of times scoreless in the first half this year. Canterbury on Queen's birthday.
And that didn't end well.
And up in Darwin against the Cowboys. Didn't end well either. We're not quite out of this yet. We saw last week, even without Moses, when they get it going, they can put the points on in a hurry. The problem is taking South. Quarter trying to squeeze through. Walker with the tackle. 2 plays left here as it comes out to Papali'i. Has he lost them? He has. Yet again, Parramatta can't get to the end of their set. Well, that might be it for them in this first half. Now they're going to have to hang on for one last bit of South Sydney possession.
Well, inside a minute, you can understand the desperation from Papali'i just trying to keep the ball alive.
Well, have something planned here, South, won't they? Whether it's a 2-point field goal or some fancy play. Playing with a bit of freedom at the moment with a 14-point lead. And here's the play. It's Mitchell. And Johnston, well, not even Usain Bolt could make up that sort of ground. Perhaps Gutherson. Oh, that's a beautiful little lucky there from Johnston. Gutherson and Blake knew what was coming.
Well, Gutherson did. He was off quickly. We realised there was something special on.
So here we go. Last play. Dylan Brown. Getting along the lane, and that's going to do it. So Sydney keep a clean sheet at the end of the first half. Only the second time they've done that all season. Half time at Combank. It's South 14, Parramatta 0.
The Rabbitohs have arrived in enemy territory and are in full control for that first 40 minutes. They have a 14-0 lead over the Eels. A little earlier though, the Warriors ran in 7 tries to 3 to win 42-18 at Mount Smart Stadium. Here is the VB hardest working player.
A little bit of lapse after half time, but otherwise must be pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, no, very happy. It's a good feeling, especially getting the win here at home. It's always special to play here, and I feel like we've done a good job the 3 games that we've played at Mount Smart, and I'm just glad to be on the winning side of the ball today. The focus was all on it. It was all about our defence, and I thought we did a lot better job today.
Congratulations on the weekend.
Thank you very much. Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. We'll have more from New Zealand in our post-game show, but we've got the first half review coming your way next from CommBank Stadium.
Take betting to the next level with the fully loaded Punters Toolbox. Packed with new tools to give you more control on your favourite racing and sporting codes. Get more excitement and have more freedom to bet your way. The Punters Toolbox, exclusive to Neds. Take it to the next level.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Quarter Pounder Deluxe. And a Macca's glass. Free. With any medium or large Quarter Pounder range nickel. Harvey Norman, your Samsung mobile phone destination. For 5 days only, pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z series and receive bonus Harvey Norman gift cards. Pre-order the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and receive a bonus $300 gift card. Or the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and get a bonus $400 gift card. That's right, bonus gift cards when you pre-order now. Plus receive a bonus storage upgrade when you pre-order your Galaxy Z series phone. Hurry, bonus offer ends Monday. Online and in store at Harvey Norman now.
Go!
With Amplify Premium Fuels and Amcharge electric vehicle charging rolling out across Australia, Ampol powers our way of life. Ampol, Australia's own.
Treat yourself at McCafe and we could treat you to free barista-made coffee for a year. Just buy any coffee on the My Macca's app and you could be one of 25 winners every day. Order on the My Macca's app for your chance to win.
Bet365 have come a long way since we became the world's favourite online betting company. We now stream over 150,000 live sporting events a year. The latest feature lets you search thousands of markets at the touch of a button. Download the app and see for yourself. Why Bet365 is #1.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Sleep in, did ya?
Man, you two are hard work.
Hello, kids. Hey, your hat. Water bottle.
Love you.
With an average return of 9.25% per annum for the past 37 years, it's good to know your money is working as hard as you. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off.
Your Majesty,
Speak!
the new pyramid? It fell over again. And your same game multi? Got up!
You little ripper!
$15, wasn't it?
3-6, baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to Friday Night Footy on Fox, but on Super Saturday tomorrow, live on Fox League, a triple header that you can only see right here on 5:02. It all begins at 2:30 p.m. But let's turn our attention to the game at hand. Corey, Gordon and Cooper, let's take a look at the Ford Ranger first half highlights. Gordy, the Rabbitohs have scored the first try in the last 5 games against the Eels, and that continued tonight and only took 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a fast start, wasn't it, from the Rabbits? There was a knockdown. They saved a few too, Parramatta, but Cody Walker started well. A few inside balls off Cam Murray to get some inroads and get their attack started, but it was certainly fast. And Cody Walker come over here, cooked from the dummy half spot, hits him, and it was a great start from South.
Yeah, it was a really dominant performance from South Sydney. They flexed their muscles. They had all the ball, the better field position. 5 missed tackles and 5 line breaks. That was the difference in the first half, because basically Parramatta have spent 0 time attacking South Sydney line. They went close on one occasion, but outside of that, it's been all South Sydney. Latrell looks absolutely on fire. 8 runs, 100 metres. The Toller started really well. And outside of that, Corey, it's really been dominant South Sydney.
Yeah, we see there the CBAR super stats. It's 14-0 to the Rabbitohs, but the one that really sort of stands out the most would be the possession rates. I mean, 43% possession to the Parramatta Eels, which is just not enough against the high-flying Rabbitohs at 57% possession. We see 5 line breaks to 1. 13 missed tackles, not so bad, but it's just the possession. If they're able to get an even share of possession this second half, it's paramount that they score first. It's so important for the Parramatta Eels to get back on track, understand what they're doing right and well when they are playing well. They're just not doing that in that first half. I mean, South Sydney are finding too many spaces, particularly through that middle third where they're so locked down, so tight. And there's a little contentious call there between fullback Clint Gutherson. I mean, he deliberately hit the ball forward. There was a penalty given in the game. Was it a professional foul to the letter of the law? I believe it was. And probably should have spent 10 minutes in the bin. I'm not sure. How do you guys see it?
10 minutes in the bin, no chance. I think he's competing on the play. I get that the rule's there for intentional bat downs, but I think that's competing on the play. If he doesn't do that, you know, Alex Johnson catches that, goes in for try, but no, I think penalty is sufficient.
We'll see what happens in the post-match press conference. The Rabbitohs have never lost a game this season when leading at half-time. We'll see what happens right after this. Second half is coming your way from Combank Stadium.
Permission to take them out.
Denied.
You're a goose. You're in the line. I'm telling you, we don't need 6 legs in the body. All right. Let's keep it to 4 legs then. Team, lock and ride.
Make group betting look easy. With Sportsbet's Bet with Mates. Start a group and build a multi together. Only with Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Hi, I'm Jenny. I want to get my restaurant online.
Great, let's do this. So that's come up. Should be your restaurant's website up and running. Ready? Social media guru. No, this has got the new FPOS machine. I'm Marcus. And I'm Kieran, small business expert.
Extra now offers the digital solutions your business needs. We're keeping IT here.
Stop lying. I'm watching TV out here tomorrow. And Sunday. I'm really loud torture or something.
With amplified premium fuels and Ampcharge electric vehicle charging rolling out across Australia, Ampol powers our way of life. Ampol, Australia's own. Space, often the enemy of the performance car. Abundant across the steering range, courtesy of its generous wheelbase and fastback design, with smart power tailgate, power sunroof, and Napa leather seating for 5. Creating the ultimate in grand touring luxury. Cabin fever need not trouble you again.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Harvey Norman, your Samsung mobile phone destination. For 5 days only, pre-order the new Samsung Galaxy Z series and receive bonus Harvey Norman gift cards. Pre-order the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and receive a bonus $300 gift card. Or the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and get a bonus $400 gift card. That's right, bonus gift cards when you pre-order now. Plus, receive a bonus storage upgrade when you pre-order your Galaxy Z series phone. Hurry, bonus offer ends Monday. Online and in store at Harvey Norman now.
No. He sizes it up. Oh, not a pretty angle. Can he thread the needle? Needs to come back. He made that look so easy. The next generation Ford Ranger. Proud partner of Fox League. He sizes it up. Oh, not a pretty angle. Can he thread the needle? Needs to come back. He made that look so easy. The next generation Ford Ranger. Proud partner of Fox League.
Your Majesty.
Speak.
The new pyramid? It fell over again. And your same game multi? Caught up?
You little ripper.
$15, wasn't it?
Ready ticks, baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Welcome back, Friday Night Footy on Fox. On a clear night in Sydney. It started with a moment's silence for Paul Green, and that's something that will be observed over the weekend. Parramatta, it just hasn't been their game so far. There's Cody Walker ironing out young Jacob Arthur. 14-0, South Sydney tries to Cody Walker, Isaac Thompson, Alex Johnston. We almost lost count of the close calls that South Sydney had. This lead, as we touched on, could be a lot bigger, but there's still a lot of work to be done for these Parramatta Eels. Bryce Cartwright getting an early taste of it, which has been a rarity this year. Big 40 minutes, Greg Alexander. We've spoken about top four, the importance of this game. Parramatta's for and against is not very good, so they need to keep winning, as do South, who came into this game one win behind the Eels.
Yeah, South Sydney didn't get 28 points. Their for and against is sitting all right, 180, their differential.
Every single game, this Shimon wins.
South Sydney, very dominant first half. They could have scored 4 or 5 tries quite easily, and it might have been out of reach of Parramatta, but it's not at the moment. 14-0 is certainly not out of reach.
Every game this year,
the first score in the second half. There's no doubt about that. They don't
have a good one.
Immediately though. They have 4 wins this year when trailing after 60 minutes. Now they're not going to let themselves 14 behind with 20 minutes left. But there is a comeback in them. There certainly has been this year, but boy, it has been tough going.
So I'm sure Brett Arthur's got them believing if they get a bit of possession and they can hold the ball down the other end, they can come up with points, and I'm sure they'll go out with that attitude. It's not catch-up footy yet. It's not panic stations for the Eels. Far from it.
Electric last week, just what happened to you?
Well, they just haven't had any field position. Most of the ball they've had has been
Oh, I'm not playing stupid.
As many tries as they would have liked.
Wait, but
coming out here from Combank Stadium.
I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh and then I get to
Oregon. We had a pretty good game against South last time right now. Gets them up and running.
I'm going to laugh.
So already over the 30. So something we rarely saw in the first half.
I'm going to laugh and then get I'm going to laugh and then it gets here.
him running into traffic.
No, don't.
Charging in there, Gordon. This is a good
Yeah, but I like to
start
wear
for
it.
Parramatta.
You have two other pants. Three.
35 to the line. Anderson,
Blame
tricky
one
one
and
to
the
the
other.
line.
I wasn't playing one big one.
Got to get rid of it. Got rid of it very late.
That's
but
the
it's
next
offensive
Thursday,
again.
Mark. I can see shit
You
like
know,
this.
it will be washed before then.
It's not
If you
like
wear
this.
that tomorrow, it will actually be washed on Monday.
I thought the short back that ball forward here.
You have two other black pants.
Pants are gonna be-
Wear the other black
Offer
pants
an
shirt.
outstanding except for Parramatta, 60-plus metres.
Panthers
Look
have
at playing the
play.
last inside the
You should
run.
be wearing one of your
Here's
normal
Latrell.
t-shirts
Oh, he
tomorrow.
knocked that off.
One of your football teams playing.
Not that a challenge
They
with
will
that
be playing the Carbon Seagulls,
and
which
they
play on
called
Sunday.
But they had burned
Wear
their
one of the other t-shirts in your front pocket. Start wearing other
I
clothes.
didn't know that.
Well, I need to pick one next Thursday for when the Panthers
Yeah,
beat.
you can.
For when the Panthers beat the shit Rabbitohs team.
It's only that shit you wore the last 2 days.
You're gonna beat the next Thursday.
He's going so far as Seabow brings it back.
I think Hawkins has been strong.
Hello.
First game, only his first straight game. I thought he added some nice touches from the inside, kicked the ball when required in that first half. There's opportunity. Spins away from below the tummy.
Loose tackle, but legal. Parramatta continue to bring it upfield. Let's go to Lara Pitt on the sideline.
Yeah, just a message from both Jets, gentlemen. Brad Arthur really summarising. It was an awful opening half. Just got the side, we're trying to half through the middle, not winning the collision. Want to see them start again and start with the physicality in this second half.
Well, they've done it so far. Couldn't get that down, get that away. Last tackle goes to the first receiver. Brown goes to the air. No problem for Mitchell. Well, he was awesome in the first half. He's away from two. Comes to Penasini, who just holds on.
Well, he gets outside the 20 there, Latrell.
Yeah,
So Sydney could have easily been playing the ball inside their own 10 after the Dylan Brown kick. That's a great run from Latrell.
Swallowed up by Tass, then Murray, then an offload. Now Cook bouncing and jinking and getting to halfway.
The Murray-Cook combination is killing them around the middle. This is the first time Murray and Cook off to a good start the second half.
You have me.
I'm gonna laugh.
Sorry, Dad, can't hear what you say.
Mum, I'm gonna laugh too. I'm gonna laugh.
Thompson with space. Casino across.
Mum.
Too much to do there.
I'm gonna laugh.
For fuck's sake,
No
what do you want
chance
now?
for Harlow to reel that in.
I'm gonna laugh
Seabow
tomorrow and
getting
then get to
one
the
over
place and clean the room.
player in game
Should be
number
big
two.
trouble.
Yeah, really needed to come off that right foot and head back in
Never
field
seen
there.
bigger ass.
Shift to the right, Cody Walker, the pass across.
Let's go, you shit, Rabbitohs.
Tries to get Seabow on the outside.
Oh no, he was tackled around the ball. He was tackled around the ball. He was tackled around the ball. That should be a penalty. That should be a dead right penalty. You cannot be tackled without the ball. Well, Mum,
Off the bench the
I
last
hope
few
the
games.
Panthers beat the shit Rabbitohs team back for Thursday.
That tackle. So that's Corfusi.
It's quite good, Mum. Uncle Scott's team plays my team next Thursday.
So
That's a good stop from Harlow there on Lane. Dylan Brown got him into a little bit of space there. Harlow racking the ball up. Lane can be dangerous if he's allowed to run.
Woodcourt gets back into the line there, but he still doesn't look 100%. Brown getting the kick. It's towards Thompson. A good catch from Thompson. Beats one and another. And Brown needs all his muscle to bring Thompson down.
Well, that's two kicks now from Dylan Brown that are landed inside the 10, but South Sydney first play the ball is well outside the 20. Thompson with a run, Latrell with the previous kick and the kick return, getting South out of trouble.
A couple of line breaks helping Latrell Mitchell get to 124 metres, running at
Mum, can you move?
efficiency is incredible. Anyway, here's Murray.
What? I said, can you move?
Allowing Cook to run. And offloading. Murray. Not this time.
10 o'clock.
What?
10 o'clock.
Fuck off.
9 to 5.
Oh, it's gonna fucking say 10 o'clock. This will be fucking over, you fucking idiot.
No problems for Black on his team.
away from Walker and making it to the 20. Now it's a run for Cartwright. There's been more of a traditional forward early in this game. I haven't seen the offloads and the passing game quite yet. There's an offload. There's Dylan Brown cut down. Billy around the ankles. There's Gunderson bounding out of dummy half. Parramatta starting to trouble South a little. Last tackle. Brown. This time to the ground. Tennessee coming through. Tass could only take the tackle.
Well, that might be their best set of the game, Parramatta. They cut Manly to pieces on the left side through Sean Lane and Dylan Brown. And Lane with the ability to pass the ball. Lovely turning back on the inside. Gunderson off the ground. It was a quick play the ball. And Dylan Brown, plenty of space out there. Gets it through the defenders. And they get a repeat set.
His offloading has been remarkable the last couple of months, Sean Lane. That's his first against South in a game and a half. Now, South don't mind a short restart here. Let's see if they go that way. Yes, they do. Mitchell. He's got a bit of depth on it, that kick. Now it's touched by Kalamatangi. Okay, so the first touch was fine, apparently. So it's Nichols picking it up. That's the problem.
Well, there was a lot of talking here from Latrell. He seemingly wanted to challenge, but
well, I think they were going off to call the first touch. So they were going off that, not Nichols' involvement. So they could have challenged. They could have, but Parramatta. We've had 4 tackles inside South's 20 in 48 minutes.
And they are one of the better sides for short dropout. They sit at 50%. I think the Cowboys are the only team better than South Sydney at getting it back.
So they start with Oregon Profusi. Not got the deep ball after the first receipt. Nicoya has recovered. In front of the right upright. Parramatta need points. Oh, the pass from Marnie didn't fool them.
Good defence there, Jairo on the inside.
Again, short side. And Papali'i lost the ball. Penalty. Okay, offside against South.
Parramatta's chance to build some pressure and get some points.
Got a different feel the second half, doesn't it?
Well, right from the first set, from the kick-off set, Parramatta a different side.
Labouring into Murray. Here's Arthur. On the ground. The dummy that is captured. Kalamatangi first. Comes the cover up. The dummy. And he's met. Billy again involved. Now comes the Brown. Gunderson gets a touch. Can't escape Kalamatangi and Cook. That's ball gone. South have swallowed this up so far. Brown kicking. Now that's off Murray. It's not a set restart. Not played out, according to Grant Atkins. So that brings Parramatta to their final tackle. Now the crowd realises. Arthur looking for the goalpost. Hitting the goalpost. Gets the results. Mitchell there.
He needed a quick reaction there from Latrell Mitchell. Reed Marnie very close to getting onto that ball before Latrell. Just had to quickly turn back after it hits the pad. Uses the pad to just push himself towards the ball. Gets there just before the Parramatta hooker.
Well, that's interesting. Let's keep an eye on that. Mitchell clutching the hamstring perhaps. Maybe just fell awkward. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. The Parramatta's there. Opacek got to it first and knocked it back. It was exactly the kick Mitchell was going for. So the game continues to be camped at this northern end like it was in the first half. But it's Parramatta pouring on the pressure.
It's called Fusi getting through a mountain of work. That's his ninth run. Cornet. A lot of near Cornet and Corbucci at the moment. 4 gone already. Heath Brown. Well, the front man lane, but South knew that was coming. This is a big play. Slow play the ball. Got a lot of them tonight. The kick here from Brown for a contest. Oh, they had a chance. Kapaliki got his hands to it.
The kick was on the spot, but it wasn't a great set from Parramatta. There was too much Kafusi and too much Niokore. Really, they came to the left through Sean Lane, but that was their only play at the line. They were relying on the kick, and the kick hasn't been able to produce the results. They don't get a repeat set, but don't come up with points.
So I'm still about to come into the game. Wonderful try assist earlier for Isaac Thompson. One of the highlights of the first half.
He's lost it. He's lost it. They're doing things they weren't doing in the first half.
It's just not as easy up the middle. Well, they're offering Parramatta opportunities where they didn't in the first half. Really shut Parramatta out of the game completely, but now all the field position has swung around the other way, and it's off the back of the start of the second half. First set travelled 65 metres, the Eels. Really, the ball hasn't been out of this end.
But nothing to show for it yet. We've already had 12 and a half this second half. Boy, that's gone quick. 12 and a half minutes. Obviously, plenty of time left.
We just saw Campbell Gillard on the sideline. He really added something to Brookvale Open last week when he came on for his second stint. Let's see if they do the same.
Here's Madison back in the game, looking up with Lane. So Lane to the 20. Plenty of tackles left. Roll on here for the Eels. Madison wants it again. Stratton is selling. Hawkins as well. Samson had to do a lot of defending. Short side, upper chip. Oh, Sebo was on his own, but the decision was pristine from the sets in the outside man.
Yeah, that was Isaac Thompson jamming in off the wing to make that play on upper chip.
Now they're back to the 10, where Madison tosses it infield for Niokore.
You think they've got to keep coming back the lane up against Dean Hawkins down this left side.
On this play as after, uncontested, Isaiah Tass.
Now he's got a problem here. Okay. Okay, well, it was a few minutes ago. They've got him around in their quarter, so he will come off. That is a deflating finish to that set for Parramatta as Campbell Gillard comes back in.
Yeah, it wasn't as if the kick wasn't, it was quite good. It landed in the right spot. No Parramatta player can get the contest though.
Johnston. Of course he has a try.
Tackle 3, and they're still inside their 20. Really had to roll their sleeves up the buckets. Arrow. Now Murray. Hawkins delays. Harlow with space. Ball ripped out. Now the penalty. Well, that's on tackle 4. Parramatta give away a penalty.
He just couldn't resist it there, Tom Oppercheck. The ball was sitting up, and he just had to make a play at it. Boy, that's tough for Parramatta.
Well, even if it wasn't a penalty, it was 6 again anyway. South Sydney recovered. This one devastated on the home side. All that attacking opportunity, and now South's got a chance themselves.
It goes, they yield the Eels. Inside the 20 goes the South Sydney veteran. centre play with 3 tackles left. 6 more tackles. Walking the way. Mitchell McCarrier. Johnston scores. It's beautiful. It's beautiful if you're a South Sydney fan. Mitchell again, Johnston again, South Sydney again.
Well, that breaks the hearts of Parramatta, the fans at CommBank Stadium. When the players on the field, the ball from Latrell Mitchell across the face of Isaiah Katz. Unmarked Alex Johnston gets his second of the night, and that was the first time South had beat down his end in the second half. Defended their own line. We're 15 minutes into the second half, and Latrell, the strike rate continues. Another touch, another result for the fullback, a try assist. And what a crucial penalty given away by Connor Oppercheck, ripping the ball out of the hands of Jackson Parlow back on board. That is frustrating for Parramatta.
Now, what are we looking at here? Dry arrow running through. Mitchell's ready to kick here, so this is a try. It's been confirmed. And Mitchell, he's got the kicking move back on. So, the lead balloons out to 20 points to nil. As we watch another angle of yet another South Sydney try down their left side. 161 for Alex Johnston. 25 in a row, 25 tries this year in consecutive seasons. But again, that man, yes, feed me more. With Lara Pitt on the sideline.
Jason Jones doing 2 knows that his South Sydney side can score on the coast, but coming into the second half he wanted to see them show some defensive results, and they repelled Parramatta with ease before scoring that try. Just an update on the fact that Dean Hawkins obviously was a late warm-up into this side today. I've spoken to the Rabbitohs about fitness as well, and he picked up a hamstring injury at captain's run. So it's a late change in the half. He's expected to miss off his sleeve tonight, but also possibly next week as well.
Yeah, John doesn't help the bar because Thursday game against Penrith. As Murray down the middle. He's caught.
Well, how many times has that happened? Murray to Cook. That's 4 or 5 times. Murray almost opened them up in behind the play the ball. Arrow runs that same line.
This sort of football like Gunderson takes it uncontested, but you see nowhere to go.
Well, repeat sets, penalties, and the fact that Parramatta came out with a different attitude.
Dan? Follow. 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 Where's that? Where's that?
That the Bunnies were
Follow.
able to repel the Eels. And then the moment they get a chance, they score.
He's Madison. Didn't like what he saw, so just kicks down the middle and skews away from Thompson.
Follow.
And he's got himself over 100 metres for the second game in a row. Maxim Powell started the year in the centres, and he's returned there. And some players to come back south. Lara talked about what he is, but Tom Burgess, remember, is out. He could be back perhaps next week. Cody Nicarita, who usually appears on the bench. Oh, there's the Toller again. Jed Cartwright was excellent in the centres when he filled in. He's not far away.
Campbell Graham.
And that's the big one. Campbell Graham in the centres with that facial injury. He's been out for a while. And he could be back next week. So here's a kick which White swallows up, but again driven backwards. It's starting to happen for South. Here's Seaver. They've got a Penrith side next week who we saw, not quite the Penrith that we've seen in recent months and years. They'll fancy their chances. There's Cam Jefferson getting it on the ground. Now we might see some ball movement. Desperate time for the Eels as one dropped down.
Yeah, they have some of the injured players. We're not down, unfortunately, won't see him back this year. So that's to Carlo. Sounds like this just 8 tackles. 60 minutes into the game, that's a very low number.
Oh, big one, big two, big another. Oh, he almost gets right through.
He's made a couple of big runs, hasn't he, defensively? Every hit return.
Time he touches it, it feels like something is going to happen.
He was surrounded by Parramatta players on that occasion. There must have been 4 of them. He beat 2 or 3.
Well, there's been comparisons to the Darren run. The longer this goes on, the more fruit that bears. Now, Hawkins is on that. Walker, that's well read by Opacek. A tackle that had to be made on Kalama-Tony.
There's room there.
Jefferson. This time gets away from the first line, but not much further. Penalty. Handy. But I need to get a move on Parramatta. 4 scores down with 19 to go.
They're a long way from where they need to be.
And we'll go up. Now it comes out. Arthur on the run. Johnston read that beautifully. Jefferson closed down immediately. Now Madison on the ground. Tries to put a move on Hawkins, but Kalama-Tony is there. Here's his pass. Rabbitohs. Beautiful ball onto Opacek. And here they go. Oh, no. It's a forward pass. It's just not their night. Finally, the short line offload in close range.
Great play there from Marnie. Out of dummy half, just dragged them in close enough. He splits the defenders.
Well, that's not forward.
This one is. Yeah, this one is. The last one was forward.
And it didn't need to be.
Just couldn't get himself set quick enough to throw the pass. Moses, second game missed. Talking coming back a little earlier than the month that they first predicted that he'd miss.
Well, I might need him to come back earlier. Because
the Roosters coming home like a freight train as well. You want a minute to get yourself a home final if you can't finish in the top 4. Giant arrow. Hit the edge midway through last year. Shoot him beautifully. How am I selling?
Getting down to the 15-minute mark. South don't have to do anything special. They just have to get through their sets. Totola with a run tackle from Junior.
That comes out for Cody Walker. Being a conservative. Although this time gives Johnston a little chance now by playing escort there from Jake Arthur, but the referee and the touch judges satisfied that was okay. Just 5 offloads from the Eels. They average 13 a game. Who's out there for Madison? Damien Cook, another start tonight. Lots of Murray, Mitchell, Walker. So many of them. Brown, tidy run to halfway. Campbell Gillard. There's an offload. Marnie holds onto it. He's starting to trouble South. Gutherson's quick hands. Madison now. was no one there, but he couldn't get rid of it anyway.
Well, Souths don't have to do anything special, but Parramatta certainly do it. 3 or 4 offloads through this set has seen them put a bit of pressure on the South Sydney defence.
Lane appearing to be their most likely. Is now doing the ground for contest. Kicking again towards the Papali side. Came out. And it's going to be a penalty to South Sydney.
Junior. He picks it up in an offside position.
That explains it from Darren Atkins. Again, they got first crack at it with Blake going up, but just not connecting. Obviously, Tennessee in front of Carlo. Question, did it hit Johnston? If that would have been going to be offside, but it doesn't matter. It would have been South Sydney ball anyway. 20-0. It was 14-0 at the break. South Sydney on their way to 6 straight wins over the Eels. All by margins. They had it down here in the second half. Now they're on the run with Walker on the Mitchell. Here's Tass for space. And a great tackle, Gunderson. 2 tackles remain. Mitchell down in back play. He won't be part of this. Hawkins the cut out. Here's Powell. Parramatta hold on. Those defenders haven't had all that much to do. Hawkins. That won't be easy. Oh, going up was Tass. He had a shot at it, but it comes away for the Eels.
Yeah, nearly dragged that one in. Isaiah Tass. Nice kick from Dean Hawkins. They're going to challenge at South Sydney.
Mate, we've got captain's challenge from South. But not through a decision of not playing the contest. Isaiah Tass, I believe.
Well, he had his body turned the right way. Tane Milne just
Isaiah Tass drags the ball forward into his own player. This constitutes a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, that's for 100 years it's been a knock-on. Yeah, you can pack up the challenges for the night. That's it. Both have failed with their shot.
But both South Sydney a threat down the left first with Isaiah Tass combining with Latrell Mitchell, then down the right with Jackson Paul. He went close. The kick was a good one from Dean Hawkins.
They had just 2 tackles South and Parramatta was 20 all second half. But they're the only team with a try in the second period.
Well,
he's running. He's away.
They defended for 15 minutes. And then the moment they got field position, they scored the try to put them out to 20.
And that number has ended up significant. Floating. Play on. Seagull. Over the 30. That's about as much room as he's had all night. Down to the ground. Gets it off. Madison keeps going. Bowler gets an offload away. Campbell Gillard, a desperate pass. Marnie scurries. South not panicking. Touch football stuff. And all Papali'i can do is go to ground. Last. Gunderson this time kicking. Sivo coming through. Got there. Sivo scores. Although it's not the most convincing celebration and it's going up as no try.
No tactics coming. No try. Can you review grading, please?
Well, it's Isaac Thompson and Micah Sivo.
I thought Sivo did win the race for the ball.
Looking from our angle.
Left side kick chase at Parramatta are onside.
He came up a long way. Isaac Thompson had to turn and chase Sivo on the fly. Awkward bounce. I think Thompson misses it. Or Sivo. Oh no, Sivo does make contact with the
The
ball.
ball is knocked backwards by Isaac Thompson and knocked on by Micah Sivo.
That's their night.
Have a decision.
That is their night. Sivo has scored in 5 straight games and not the easiest put down, but
Now, the ball was a fair way from the ground. He needed something special to get it to ground.
Well, Thompson made it
in that situation.
Thompson then turned around and got there and made a challenge of it.
Yeah, he had his hands in and around the ball, which made it a bit more difficult for my receiver.
Parramatta haven't been kept scoreless all year. Last time was against the Roosters in the bye last season when they were on a losing run. And South Sydney, it was round 15 last year. They kept Brisbane scoreless, 46-0. In fact, they haven't kept the team in single digits all season, South Sydney. So we're 11 minutes away from doing that. First round, they kept Brisbane to 11 in an 11-4 loss. That's their best defensive performance in terms of the points conceded.
So now comes out to Walker. Out it goes to Tass.
Mitchell is in the middle there, just waiting. Hasn't really taken part. He got the knock
Last time they were down here. Oh, that's a tricky kick from Hawkins. And it's a try.
Yes! Yeah.
We're just going to have a look at the contest. He's going to award the try. Runner Blake was having plenty to say about him being taken out. Clever kick from Dean Hawkins, just took the bat across the ruck.
Three Parramatta players were there to protest, but as Ryan Atkins said, it certainly will be reviewed. Nothing wrong with the put there, but that's not the issue. And a clean bounce. So is anyone impeded?
Well, that's a couple of very clever kicks from Dean Hawkins when they've been down this end of the field.
Jesus, hard to see what's wrong with that. Gutherson immediately protesting.
Well, did Isaiah Tass take out one of Blake? Before Blake had a shot at the ball,
that graphic
says no.
Answers that question. Well, Cody Walker, who was denied a second try earlier, not now, 24-0.
He's done a good job. Dean Hawkins, this is only game 4. He's done a very good job tonight.
He started once. It was a disaster. They lost 50-0 against Melbourne. Now, that's not Dean Hawkins' fault, but obviously it's something that he would have wanted to make amends, and he has done that.
Well, he's
been a contributor, hasn't he?
He has. He's been very good. He's former New South Wales Cup. I heard Cody Walker talk about him pre-game and said he's very similar to Lockie Ellis, who played the same role, and it's been first class tonight.
So Mitchell, to Mungler, but it's through. 26 points to 0. 9 minutes to go. Again, Sansamali had it down here in the second half, and they have 2 tries. We're starting to see a scoreline reflecting their dominance for most of the contest. Oh, hand on Blake, but
well, they checked it out. They did.
Now, were you a Game of Thrones fan, Greg Alexander?
Kind of. I don't know what that means.
Well, it's very diplomatic, that's what that is. Well, the biggest show of 2022 is around. You might have been a Game of Thrones fan, but I'll tell you what, probably 90% of our audience were. House of Dragon is coming. Begins on August 22. That's the prequel. It's set 300 years before Game of Thrones, and it's on Fox Showcase or on 4K Ultra HD, only on Foxtel. By the way, Super Sunday tomorrow, 4K, where else would you want to be? There's Mitchell. Now, the Jag was put back in the garage with 18 minutes to go last week. You fancy now with this game out of reach, we might have many more touches tonight, but still out there, Hawkins shoveling it on.
He's been good. Gee, he has been good. Another quick play.
Trying to get the 6 again. As Atkins lets it go. Now that's
a problem. Blake got confused. And Gutherson's gone. It's all going wrong. Gutherson's not happy. Well, that was one of Blake's, and then all of a sudden he pulled out.
Look there, and
young boy. Just a moment of indecision, that's all it takes. And it was late too. Come infield runner, short one from Gutherson.
Oh, Isaac Thompson on his own. So again, we've seen a couple of those tonight from either side. The kick would pinpoint, but an easy catch for the team receiving. Kalamatani. Cook now. Arrow, first receiver to Tola. Did so much damage in the first half. 6 more tackles. Parramatta being punished. Arrow towards the upright. That's the right side stacked very deep. And that's where, oh, Cook goes there. Play on. And it comes to Thompson. Simo Johnson loose. So that ends that. And now Opacek keeps it alive. We might see some entertaining footy these next 6 minutes. We talked about that South winning streak against Parramatta. They've scored 30 every time.
Well, only 6 weeks ago it was 30-12, but it was a real off night for the Eels.
It was a strong run, Papa Leahy. We have not seen the likes of that all night. By the way, the forward end for Parramatta, Offa Hickey Ogden getting some minutes. He was in Canterbury for 4 years, big unit off the Hickey, and found some trouble at the end of the year. Got a training trial with Parramatta, and here he is. So, all the best to Offa Hickey Ogden. Good meters for Parramatta here, but obviously too little too late. There's Ogden. 20 metres out, they finally crack it. Arthur, delicate. Cass eventually takes it. Well, we've seen tonight, Brandon, one that I'm sure the panel back at the Clive Churchill studio will talk about. They have missed Mitch Moses, there's no question about that. There's the VB hard-earned index, Cam Murray. And South Sydney on top with the first 4 players there. Sean Lane, 15 runs, 127 metres, so he got through plenty of work.
Well, South Sydney's attack has been very impressive, and it certainly was. We see the bench there, Cameron Murray, outstanding in the 13 jump of the night. Offload from Healy to Cook, hanging around.
Oh, there's an offload. Here's Mitchell, he wants more, and toying with Ogden. It's a big unit there, Latroy still not perturbed.
The takeout of this game is the 15 minutes of defence from South Sydney in the opening minutes of the second half. That's been impressive from South Sydney.
So Hawkins kick straight to Sevo. Back 5 for South, all of them have made over 100 metres. To beat it to Tola, 165 metres. Below Matungi and Arrow, well over 100 metres. Look at the bench players closing in on 100 metres. Here's Opacek. And Sevo getting it eventually, and keeping it alive. They one guy wondering here, Parramatta, as Gutherson connects with Dylan Brown. Flung to the ground by Walker. Haven't cracked them for 76 minutes. Now it's a 2-on-2. Penasini gets rid of taps. Big chance. Out the Blake. Not the cleanest pass. Still alive for Arthur. Arthur on the Campbell Gillard. This is Razzle Dazzle. Gutherson. Oh, look how many Souths defenders are there. But it comes to Arthur. And he goes to Brown. Might be at their best, Parramatta, but this is wonderful South defence. Gutherson on. Marnie. Cartwright back in the game. Back inside for Dylan Brown. Now is 1 tackle left. Marnie. That's perhaps backwards and cleaned up. They're going to play the Ogden knock on.
Well, Parramatta have thrown everything out. They are trying desperately to get their opening try of the game, the Eels. The South's defence is upward. Scramble defence has been outstanding. Not that they've been put under too much pressure often in this game.
This is a mouthful that have run home. The way South's are playing. You've got Penrith. They might be favourites for that game, South, the way they're travelling, and Penrith struggles at the moment. That North Queensland game, that's a Saturday night at a Coors Stadium. That is a monster game. Cowboys will be playing for top two. Souths by then might be a chance to get into the four. And then the opening of the stadium against the Roosters, who you know are going to have something to play for. And they're playing some exciting football, South Sydney.
And that's why it was so important that South came up with the points tonight. 4 points out of the 8th, the Sharks sitting in 4th at the moment. They put themselves back in the mix.
Johnston got a double. He's time and an offload. Cook. Can't deal with it. 12th run. It's equal most in his career. Now it's Walker. Delicately placed. Blake. Oh, just holds on to it. It looks like probably a short restart here, but South might have the last shot at it. Stay tuned. Hannah and the crew back at the Clive Churchill studio will have the post-match press conferences and the aftermath of it. Another terrific Warriors night at home. Really enjoying being back in Auckland. But the shape, that's the white flag, that kick. It's the score 26-0. But the shape of the finals and the run home has changed tonight. Paramount, that is not easy. Canterbury, the only bottom 8 team, and we know what Canterbury did to them last time around. That's at this ground, Combank, Saturday afternoon. Another good Saturday afternoon game coming. The Broncos away. Remember, Broncos pummeled them here not all that long ago. And then Melbourne back here. Mitchell, Olamatani, the flick through the hands of Thompson. And that might just about do it. So, it is going to be a shutout. It is another warning shot at South Sydney.
They're getting both facets of their game together.
Are coming home like a train.
Well, set up by the first half, 3 tries in the first half. Great performance in the Bunnies.
I'll catch guys in tomorrow's well, or maybe stream one game, maybe, who knows. But I'll catch guys in the next one. Peace out.
And the NRL world is surely taking notice. Full time, South Sydney 26.